Good morning, everyone. Bonjour. Welcome to Lovin Daily, delivered by Bold Food. Bonjour, John. Kif inti?
I'm doing good. Getting by in this quarantine. How's it going yourself, Paula?
It's okay. This is strange. Qed inħossni stramba ħafna nagħmel programm mill-living room. Nispera l-kelb ma jtellifniex. But on to today's headlines. Today we'll be discussing the national lockdown for people aged over 65, pregnant women and those who are chronically ill, the outpouring of solidarity with the elderly and vulnerable in Malta on social media. We'll also discuss how Malta's tourism lobby is confident in an end-of-year recovery. We'll see this big brother concept, which Miriam Dalli mentioned yesterday during COVID calls, and we'll see a bit of shots as well from Meliha. Yesterday it became a winter wonderland. What's going on with the weather? But we'll discuss that later on. John, fidek.
So, first story of the day, massive story. I'm sure most of you caught it. Yesterday, Deputy Prime Minister Chris Fearn announced a national lockdown for people aged over 65 years old, pregnant women, as well as chronically ill. This is set to affect over 118,000 people in Malta. So this is not a small measure. This is possibly the biggest measure, if not the biggest measure pulled out so far in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. Everyone who falls into these categories will get a letter at home in the coming days, and the partial lockdown is set to begin on Saturday. Massive news, Paula. What do you think about it? It's the beginning of the lockdown.
It is a serious thing. Ara, suppost li dawn in-nies kollha li semmew il-bieraħ diġà kienu qegħdin joqogħdu d-dar. Ġifieri suppost il-miżuri diġà ħadniehom, però sfortunatament sal-bieraħ mort pereżempju jien supermarket u qudiemi kelli anzjani li żgur għandhom iktar minn 70 sena msiken fraġli f'dal mal-temp qed jippruvaw jixtru affarijiet biex ikollhom x'jieklu. Ġifieri situazzjoni diffiċli, però kemm jista' jkun dawn in-nies joqogħdu d-dar. Issa jridu jew ma jridux iridu joqogħdu d-dar. L-unika mistoqsija li hemm u kun tajjeb kieku l-awtoritajiet jiċċarawha hija x'jiġri minn dawk li qegħdin jgħixu ma' dawn il-persuni. Huwa biżżejjed nżommu 2 metri l-bogħod li forsi nużaw bathrooms differenti jekk kienu possibbli d-dar. Jew hemm bżonn li fiżikament dan nies jitilqu u mmorru jgħixu x'imkien ieħor sakemm l-għar ta' din il-pandemija tgħaddi. Wieħed forsi jistenna l-awtoritajiet jiċċaraw daqsxejn anke kontu tal-lif tal-familjari x'ħajjiġri, però pass ieħor fid-direzzjoni tajba naħseb pajjiżna ikun proattiv immens anke komparat mal-ikbar pajjiżi ġirien tagħna. Proset Malta, proset l-awtoritajiet tas-saħħa darb'oħra. Ovvjament is-sitwazzjoni kif qed diffiċli, però jidher li l-Maltin u s-solidarjetà tagħhom qed toħroġ. Il-bieraħ kien hemm ħafna nies li kitbu fuq il-midja soċjali kif huma lesti li jgħinu lill-anzjani, kellna politiċi, atleti, chefs, kulħadd jappella l-anzjani li llum il-ġurnata ħafna minnhom għandhom Facebook jgħidulhom isma' avżawna jekk għandkom bżonn affarijiet aħjar milli tippruvaw toħorġu mid-dar. Qalb tal-Maltin toħroġ f'da sitwazzjonijiet u vera tkun gburija l-int Maltija.
No, it's beautiful. It's really heartwarming and inspiring to see how the Maltese community have stepped up and offered their services and all types of services. So we have people saying that they will offer dog walking services. They'll offer grocery shopping, even delivering of the medicine, as well as anything else. It's really inspiring. Among the messages of support, there were also some messages pointing out a few interesting aspects that I think people need to look into as well. Nationalist MP Johnathan posted about an elderly couple who had reached out to him and told them, listen, we're happy to follow the lockdown. We're happy to stay inside. The problem is right next door, they're building. There's a construction site. They're constantly digging. They're constantly jigging. And it's really, really hard for us to stay inside and stay sane during quarantine. So while we're urging everyone to stay inside, we need to pay attention to these individual incidents.
Għall-inqas bejn sija u l-erba' jaqta' l-kostruzzjoni, kulħadd għandu dritt jistrieħ, speċjalment l-anzjani għaddej minn il-burraxka forsi jħossu aktar minna. Daqsxejn ta' sens komun ukoll.
Yeah. Moving on to the next story, and this is a bit of an interesting and hopeful story. So Malta's tourism lobbyists have sounded quite confident about the end-of-year recovery for Malta's tourism industry. So we had the MHRA, the Malta Hotel and Restaurants Association President Tony Zara, saying that he did not expect the industry to lose many jobs. I mean, there was a Times of Malta report that said up to 50,000 jobs may be lost, up to 3 billion might be lost in the industry. He's denied these claims, and he said, listen, there's one thing that is for sure, the people always have a desire to travel and to dine out, and he's hopeful that by summer, by June or July, things might be looking better.
Is-siktar minn qatt qabel, ġifieri wara dal-ġimgħat kulħadd kemm jista' jkun jibqa' d-dar jkolli kell tiegħu stess u fl-istess serba tikmamar. Ovvjament li wieħed irid joħroġ xi dejn il-baħar, jagħmel weekend break ħajbiddel il-kamra tas-sodda forsi, ġifieri nemmen illi għandhom għalfejn ikunu ottimisti x'sakemm ikun ataw nies li huma l-impjieg kif jidher li ħajkunaw bil-pakkett riċenti li ħareġ ekonomiku l-gvern, jekk kulħadd ħajkollu xogħol, kulħadd ħajkollu l-paga, dak il-kapriċċ forsi ħanamluh bi reward ourselves għal dax-xhur ta' martirju li qegħdin ngħaddu minnu.
That's exactly it. Another interesting aspect when it comes to the entertainment industry and the tourism industry is obviously flights have been shut down. We are not expecting lots of tourists this summer. So if they do open events again, following June and July and health authorities opening them up again, we might be seeing Maltese DJs, Maltese artists, Maltese bands performing to Maltese crowds. No international acts, no tourists making up the crowd. So if we do open events again, it's going to be a very Maltese summer in Malta.
U għandna bżonn għaliex dan is-settur ħaddaqqa enormi, id-DJs, l-artisti, il-kantanti, il-bands Maltin ħadu d-daqqa finanzjarja enormi u jalla meta nistgħu nissapporti kif nissapportjaw l-industrija Maltija f'kolunkwe aspetti ieħor anke dan is-sajf niffokaw fuq l-industrija Maltija. Ġifieri support guys hang in there, żmien sabiħ jerġa' jasal ukoll. U relatata ma ovvjament kollox relatat mal-korona llum il-ġurnata. Il-bieraħ waqt il-programm Covid Calls, il-programm ġdid fuq Lovin Malta li qed jagħmlu l-kollega tagħna Christian Peregrine, kien hemm l-MEP Miriam Dalli u fost is-suġġetti li kienu diskussi ġiet mistoqsija x'differenza ser tagħmel din is-sitwazzjoni wara fuq kif inħarsu aħna lejn id-dinja, globalization, etc. U wieħed mis-suġġetti li tqajmu huwa kif aħna qegħdin nadattaw għar-realtajiet ġodda bħal pereżempju ma mmorrux għax-xogħol, qegħdin naqsu l-pollution, qed ngħidu climate change, etc. Suġġett sensittiv huwa jekk il-gvern għandux jimponi ruħu fuq iċ-ċittadini fejn jidħol surveillance biex naraw jekk in-nies mhumiex qegħdin joqogħdu id-dar jew le. Ma nafx inti kif tħossok dwar da suġġett. Jiena ma naqbilx li għandna nitilfu id-dritt sagrosant tal-privatezza għalissa, għaliex jekk ħanitilfu issa 99.9% dal-prattiċi ħanżommuhom u ħanibqgħu hekk anke wara li jgħaddi kollox. X'taħseb, John?
Listen, this is the classic discussion, privacy versus security. So obviously, we're looking at places like Hong Kong. They've actually rolled out quarantine bracelets that you have to be locked onto you and carry around with you. And I even saw, yeah, and I even saw, yeah, it's very movie-like. I even saw a video recently where a woman who was meant to be under quarantine in Hong Kong left her house, went shopping, and people were losing it. People were shouting at her in the streets. People were saying, we're going to call the police on you. So Miriam Dalli obviously was talking about pretty much the idea that, okay, it's all well and good for a government to start opening up, or start having new powers of surveillance, being able to look into people, find out more details about people for the safety of the country. The question is, once the pandemic passes, it's going to be very, very hard to curtail those powers and take them back to the government. And this isn't only a discussion in Malta, this is a discussion that every government is going to have to discuss. I mean, I was just reading South Africa just today, they've rolled out military support for the 57 million people in quarantine and under quarantine in South Africa. So this is a major issue that governments are going to have to deal with. How far can we push surveillance to protect our people?
Ma nafx, forsi jekk noqogħdu lura bħalissa mbagħad jekk l-affarijiet jiġu wara ħajdispjaċina bħal kwalunkwe ħaġa oħra. Xejn sikiena tagħmel ġiex naħat ma naraw.
Even in the EU itself, I mean, I saw a video from Brussels, I think, that there were drones flying around the streets of Brussels telling groups of 5 or more people to disband. It's really, really interesting. And on that note,
Pero jiena naħseb li hawn Malta għandna sistema oħra li la teżisti minn żmien żemżem. Ngħidula in-nies moħħom fin-nies oħra. Illi ċerta li jekk ta' fuqek li suppostijiet maqful id-dar rajtu ħireġ imqar biex imur jixtri ħobża, ħadd tistennih wara l-bib, ma tiftaħx il-bib biex ma tittieħedx u tgħidlu insuppost bajt id-dar. Jiena għandi 100% fiduċja illi dis-sistema ħatejn ukoll is-sitwazzjoni. Mill-programm tal-bieraħ ukoll m'għandux jaqsam ma' coronavirus, però ma stajtx ma nagħmilx referenza għaliha. L-aqwa parti b'kull rispett lejn Chris tal-programm kien meta Miriam Dalli aħna meta nagħmel programm hekk hija tajb li għall-ewwel darba qegħdin naraw il-kummenti live tan-nies is-soltu ma jkollniex il-faċilità. Miriam Dalli l-bieraħ innutat li waqt id-diskussjoni kien hemm xi ħadd #kretin illi ma tax każ x'inhi tgħid imma ġist qalla x'nagħmillek Miriam jew xi ħaġa. U Miriam Dalli sewwa għamlet dan ir-raġel avveljetu u qalet illi tixtieq illi mis-sena d-dieħla in-nies jibdew jagħtu każ x'inhu ħireġ minn ħalqa u mhux kif tidher. Proset Miriam, vera nissapportjak għal dan il-kumment li għadek kifet, ma jistax ikun illi mara intelligenti nibqgħu nħarsu leha u niġġudikawha skont kemm hi gustuża. Please, ma nkunux primittivi, ġifieri, u anke lilek John jagħmlu ilek fuq xarek, jabdu miegħek fuq xarek, ma jtux każ inti tajt jabdu miegħek fuq xarek. Nistgħu nimmaturaw bħala poplu, please.
It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I was watching the stream yesterday. Miriam Dalli was making so many great points, so many important points, adding to the discussion. And then you have an idiot making a comment saying what I would do to you. It's like, dude, are you even listening? I mean,
I'm sure he isn't listening. I'm quite sure he isn't listening.
There you go. But on that point, on today's episode of COVID Calls at 4 p.m., we're going to have Roberta Metsola, another Maltese MEP, on the show to discuss more insights into the fallout from COVID-19 in Malta. Moving on, and quite a fun, but also worrying story to end the show with. Something happened in Melilla last night, right?
Jiena naħseb mhux aħna biss qed niġġennu għax din id-dar anke t-temp qed jiġġennen qegħdin fir-rebbija u qed jagħmel mhux is-snow il-borra il-ħejl. Da fejn qatt rajnihom dan affarijiet.
My God, if you saw the photos, there were photos of Melilla. The hills looked like you could snowboard down them. There was so much hail in Melilla and Adira last night. People were uploading photos of like snowballs or hail balls. I can't believe it.
Crazy. Imma x'tagħmel min jaf jekk hux l-effett ta' nuqqas ta' pollution. Ma nafx ma nifhimx mhux ħa nikkummenta għax ikolkom dritt tajrun ignoranta jekk ngħid xi ċuċrata so ħa nafhem. That brings us in it.
All I can say is hopefully the next hailstorm, especially if we can get some snowballs. I mean, someone even made a little snowman or a hailman. Please come to Moston next time. Happen in Moston, not in Melilla, just a bit more south.
Bekk wasalna fit-tmiem ta' programmi Lovin Daily from the remote series.
Exactly.
Thank you for watching us and for commenting.
That's everything from today's show, from myself and Paula, and this was delivered to you by Bolt Food. Discover, order, and track your favorite food and the app today. Guys, have a day full of lovin'.
Everything still works out.